for G.A.S.P investigations here in Tombstone.
Supposedly, right now we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, it is!
How you like that?
That's good.
Hello, I'm Nadia, the lead investigator of G.A.S.P Investigations, and welcome to our new series. So this series is for new, upcoming, and current paranormal investigators out there that want to learn more about the paranormal world, and especially using equipment and how to properly use it and how the heck it works. So today's topic is night vision cameras, so let's get started. So the first thing is, let's discuss what night vision is. Night vision is a form of wavelength on the light wavelength scale that our eyes cannot see, and that is IR, or infrared light. There are so many different groups of wavelengths on the wavelength scale, light wavelengths that our eyes can see and our eyes can't see. And those that we can see are the ones right in front of you. This is all we can see, these are the colors that we can see. And the light that we can't see most of the time gets recognized, which is on the right and left side of the scale that we cannot see, is IR light and UV light, and we're going to be talking about IR light because IR is how we see in night vision. So night vision, or IR light, or infrared light, is a specific wavelength that our eyes can't see. However, cameras can pick up. Now the thing is, so there's a difference between picking up IR light on a normal digital camera and a night vision camera that's been modified. So we're going to be showing you that. So right in front of me I have our night vision cameras that we use in the field, and we're going to be showing you how they actually work and how they pick up IR light. So first things first, let's discuss what the heck IR light or infrared light is. So how night vision equipment picks up IR light is it goes through several layers. First, the protons go through this first layer, and that the protons go through a second layer and change into electrons, and then multiply those electrons so that it's recreating the image, and then goes through another last layer called the phosphorus screen, and that's where we get that stereotypical night vision green color, and that is how we can amplify to see an image or video in the dark. So I have our night vision cameras right in front of me here, and I'm going to be showing you the difference between a normal digital camera that you can buy at Walmart or Best Buy, and show the difference between that and the night vision cameras that we have. What's the difference between a normal digital camera and a night vision camera? A normal digital camera cannot pick up IR light, but a night vision camera can. And that's why it's called a night vision camera or infrared light camera, because it can pick up a specific wavelength of light. Normal digital cameras that you can find around have this night life feature that I'm going to be showing you here. This isn't technically night vision. It can quote unquote shoot in the dark. However, you need at least some sort of artificial light that is within this light spectrum that our eyes can see. It cannot pick up UV and it cannot pick up IR. So the reason why digital cameras can't pick up IR is because there's this layer in front of the lens that is blocking IR light to get through. And this layer, this really small red film / glass that sits right in front of the lens that picks up light. Most digital cameras have that is because they're not meant to be shot in the dark. Most of the cameras are supposed to be used during the day or use artificial lighting such as the ones right in front of me, right? So the difference between the camera that I'm shooting on right now and the night vision cameras we have here is that this one can't shoot in IR or night vision. And the best trick to show if a camera can shoot in IR or not is you take a remote control, any remote control around the house, such as your TV remote, or I have this remote that controls the lights behind me, and you point it at the camera. And so right now you can probably see that this light is flickering. This light flickering here is actually picking up IR light. Now when I mean picking up IR light, the camera can pick up IR light, but it doesn't register it during the night. So I have one of our night vision cameras here, and I'm going to be showing you how this little light trick can show you if the IR or night vision can be picked up through a digital camera. Now this is just a standard 1080p HD camera. We got this from clevelandparanormal.com. Link will be down below. This is just a normal night vision camera, right? So the difference between this camera, the digital camera we're shooting right now, and this camera is that this one can shoot in night vision. And the reason is because of this modded feature on the camera. You probably didn't see much changed, but it is indeed shooting in night vision right now. Now the thing is that you probably saw the built-in IR light turn on, and it's purple, right? Did you see something else happen? Let me show you again. So IR is being turned off now. Here's IR now. You probably saw it, and if you couldn't see it, let me explain. So it's kind of hard to see on this camera right now because the lights are going, but there's this red filter right in front of the lens that moves out of the way when we push into infrared light. And the reason that this filter moves is so IR light can be picked up on this camera. That is the difference between this camera and that one. If we were to remove this little red filter in front of this camera would be able to shoot in the dark. But here's the thing, if you're going to modify a digital camera into a night vision camera, I'd be very cautious about what camera you're doing, because obviously you want to use cameras for B-roll and stuff like that. We use that one for this one and conduct interviews and do all that. So we're not going to modify this one. So if you got a junk camera or a $20 camera just laying around and you want to modify it, that's the best one to do, because when you take away that layer, all the IR light just flood into the camera, trying to pick up as much light as it can from being so dark. So that's why it was kind of hard to tell if the lens was moving in and out of the way, because we have these artificial lights set up, right? There are videos out there on YouTube right now that you can modify just a junky camera that's been laying around the house. I'd suggest doing that first and experimenting with it. And if you really want to get into buying a night vision camera, I highly suggest doing that, especially if you're starting out, because that is like ghost hunting 101. You have night vision camera and it's you, your camera, against the world. So I highly suggest getting a night vision camera if you're looking into that. Or you can modify one. It's your preference. So this night vision camera here is modified. It's just a click of a button, the built-in IR light turns on, and that filter moves out of the way. That is a really cool feature about this camera. It's just the light turns on, the filter moves out of the way, and you're ready to roll in the night. So I highly suggest getting a camera, a night vision camera that can do that. Already modded night vision cameras that can do that, I highly suggest to get one. You can shoot in daytime and in nighttime without hindering too much light flooding in or too less light flooding in. So I think that's the best thing to do that. So here's another night vision camera that we have. We have this one. This is another 1080p HD camera. It's just modeled a little bit different, but it does the exact same thing. The cool thing about this camera, it's a click of a button to IR, and then you can really quickly shoot out of IR and a flashlight turns on. So if you need a real quick, like, did you see that? Or you need like a really quick light source to move around, this is a camera to do it. There's so many perks to getting a night vision camera because you can work with it and play around with it and find your preference of settings. So what both of these cameras have is two different features. They have a full IR feature and a full spectrum feature. Full spectrum means the full light wavelength scale. So it can shoot in UV, our normal vision, and IR, and that can come with amazing images or videos in the daytime and at night. So that's what full spectrum is. But the thing is that sometimes night vision cameras get a bad rep for using full spectrum because they're not technically using full spectrum, because full spectrum cameras also pick up heat signatures. When talking about night vision cameras, we're talking about light specifically and not heat signatures. If you're wanting to film something with a heat signature, you want to look for a thermal spectrum camera and not a UV spectrum or full spectrum camera, because those are two different things. So now that you learned about night vision and how it works and what night vision cameras are and how they differ from a normal digital camera and modified cameras, let's get into some of our preferences that we use in the field. We like to use several features for our camera. So we'll use our camera to its full extent of shooting in night vision, but we also have something else that helps us out. This is an IR light or infrared light, but it amplifies the IR light in your current room to be brighter and can shoot in longer distances. So this IR light that we have right now can take a camera that can shoot up to 10 feet in front of us to up to 40 feet. That is a 30-foot difference. I highly suggest getting one of these with your night vision camera to start out, because if you're going to do things that have really long corridors or you're outside, I highly suggest getting one of these so you can shoot farther distances. Okay, I do have to stop real quick. I'm getting kind of spooked right now because the camera just went out of focus for a bit, and I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, that's really weird. So the camera's been doing that a lot throughout the video, so that's really weird. That's really weird. Oh, the camera came out of focus again. That's so weird. You learned how night vision cameras work, the difference between a normal digital camera and a modded night vision camera. Now that you have all this information and understand how night vision cameras work, you can actually go out and find your preference of a night vision camera. We worked really hard for this video to be as educational as possible for you, the viewer, to understand how our technology works. So if you like the video, give it a like, share it, subscribe, click that notification bell, because we're going to be making videos like this every Saturday. Or follow us on our Instagram page at G.A.S.P Investigations. Thank you for supporting us all the way, and thank you for over 200 followers on our Instagram page. Make sure you go follow that right now. Or go to our website, GASPinvestigations.com, and you can follow us on our journey of talking about each equipment that we use. So videos like this take a lot of time and effort to make, and we are really, really honored to be making videos like this, and we hope that we can get your support. So if you go to the link down below, go to our Patreon page and just donate. The smallest amount we have is $1. Just donate $1 every month for us to make videos, and you can help us become better at what we do. You'll even get special rewards for that too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was very informational for you, and I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.